Hi, I'm Sandra Musial, and I am the Medical and Nutrition Advisor for SimplaFYI. I have a passion for yummy, delicious, nutritious food that feeds our bodies and souls and helps cure all kinds of diseases. And today I wanted to talk about greens. So these are some of the greens that I love to cook with. They're incredibly nutritious and they're all different shades of green. This one is the darkest green, and in general, things that are darker and richer in color are going to have more vitamins and phytonutrients. This one's called dinosaur kale or lacinato kale. I think it makes a pretty bouquet too. This is bok choy, which is also called Chinese cabbage. It's a cruciferous vegetable, so it has all the anti-cancer properties that cruciferous vegetables have. And this is Swiss chard, which can come with all red, or rainbow chard, which will have different colored stems, yellow and white. Kale is one of the healthiest greens that there is out there as far as nutrition density. It is extremely high in vitamin A, K, C, and B6. They all have this tough stem in the middle, and I don't like to eat it. Some people do, but I find it very tough and fibrous, so I throw that out and just take off the greens. And the easiest way is to I get it going at the bottom, and then you just pull it. So now I'm gonna cook this kale, and it's basically the same process with any of these greens. I always use organic extra virgin olive oil as a healthy fat to cook it in. I heat it up, and I'm just smushing in a garlic clove, because I love garlic. And I'm just gonna cook that up for a minute, get the oil around the pan. And then I'm just gonna rip the kale right into it. You could chop it if you wanted to. It's really not necessary. So once it's all added, you just kind of heat it up and stir it around and cook it for about 2 or 3, 4 minutes. All right, so this is bok choy, and this is a unique leafy green because it's considered a cruciferous vegetable. It's in the family of greens that are very healthy for you. But most specifically for cancer. They've actually done studies looking at broccoli, which is a cruciferous vegetable, in relation to breast cancer. So, and it was, found to be very beneficial. So they're trying to bottle that into a pill, which I just think we should eat it. So this is what bok choy looks like. So the white parts are thicker, so take longer to cook. So I, slice those up into chunks and start with the whites and then add the greens later. I'm gonna add the thicker white pieces. So this just has a little head start in there. And throw them on top. It's that easy. And again, I know it's like repeating myself, but it's so easy and so delicious. Anything cooked this way. And this is liquid aminos, which is kind of a healthier version of soy sauce that you can find this anywhere now. And this is just toasted sesame oil. And together, they just give it this really yummy flavor. All right, so the next green we're gonna talk about is Swiss chard. I just think it's one of the most beautiful vegetables on earth, personally. Isn't that crazy beautiful, this color? And this color in the stem is due to these phytonutrients that are super healthy for you called beta-lan pigment. pigments. That's the actual pigment that's in the red. But there's other phytonutrients in the orange or yellow stems, and even the white ones, even though they don't have much betalan at all, they have other phytonutrients that are extremely healthy for you. So, you know, what's the big deal about anti-inflammatory things? All these phytonutrients are, we say they're antioxidants, they're anti-inflammatories. What does that mean? Well, it means that in your body, they act to decrease inflammation. And a lot of people are kind of looking for a diet that's an anti-inflammatory diet. So inflammation is something that happens not only like, a lot of people think of it like when you bump your knee, you get a bump on your knee. It gets bruised and swollen, and that is inflammation. And that is serving a purpose in your body. So not all inflammation is bad. But when you have excessive inflammation inside your body, it leads to a lot of problems and disease states. So these stems, unlike the chard, unlike the kale, those are very like tough and fibrous. These stems are nutritious and are very tender. So look how gorgeous that is. Wow. I give that a little head start. And the other thing I'm going to do with this dish to make it just a little unique, and I think it lends well to the Swiss chard, is Kalamata olives. So my sous chef chopped these up, and we're just going to add that to the garlic to give this a unique flavor, along with some sea salt. So that's been probably a minute head start. Sometimes I do 1 to 2, and then I add the greens. And cook a couple minutes more. Kind of my point here is it's not complicated. You might go to the supermarket and see this whole bunch of greens and think, I have no idea what to do with that green or that green. But basically, you can do the same thing with all of them, and they're delicious and yummy.